let's get right to it. Let's talk the game because this is crazy. Let's talk the game. So once I jumped into this podcast game, I jumped into this podcast game for the people they call Unc and the people they call Pops. That's why I jumped into this game, be honest with you. And this situation right here, this is an Unc and Pop situation. So all the YNs, y'all take a step back. This is for all my Uncs and Pops. See me, they call me YP, Young Pop. That's what you can call me, Young Pop. But back to the matter at hand. This is crazy to me. Basically, the game, I don't know how much money he has, but this is a public service announcement to the game. You need to be a lot more careful because if you ain't, you'll be performing in proms and at the circus, Day County Youth Fair. You'll be at VFW, Round Table, Chicago. This is where you're going to be performing because to lose a default judgment to some woman on a show that you were producing or performing. I was listening to this guy. He gives a good breakdown of this. I'm going to run this clip so you guys can hear it. And I'll let you know what I think about this, but let me run this clip.
Yo, let's talk about the game, man. This dude's life is a whole soap opera. Back in 2015, he was filming this VH1 show, She's Got Game, right? Think Flavor Flav, but with the game trying to find love.
I'm thinking he want to say Flavor Flav. And so the game is doing a game show called She Got Game. I could have sworn this guy was on the dating game at one point. This guy's always trying to find love. I don't understand what's going on with this guy. Ain't he a gang member? Like, I don't know.
Priscilla Rainey, one of the contestants, steps up with some serious accusations. She claims the game got handsy and not in a good way. We're talking sexual assault allegations, folks.
Yeah, so this woman, Priscilla Rainey, however you say her name, claimed that they were in a club and the game, they were drinking. I guess she's a contestant in the show. They're doing their thing. And as they getting drunk and drinking, he starts to put his hands on her private, lifts her dress, talking all crazy. Said there was cameramen there, and some of them quit the show because of this. And you can see this was in 2015. It's 10 years later. Ugh. Listen, if I'm a guy in California and got any kind of bread, I would be packing my bags right now. California ain't it. I'll be honest with you guys. California ain't it. As you can see, Ann Edwards' baby mama tried to take that case to California. It's something going on in California where they slamming dudes that women are trying to slam you in California. If you got bread, get the hell out of there.
Now this ain't no diss track, this is a court of law. Rainey ain't playing around. She files a lawsuit that same year. This is where things get messy, even for the hip-hop world. The game for his part denies everything. He's saying Rainey is just chasing clout and a payday.
She does say in the interview she was going for $10 million.
And I'm saying this to him. You are giving me $10 million.
Let's go! Her attorneys hit for $10 million because they want to make sure the game don't ever do this to any other woman. I don't know if the game got a history of this situation right here. I've never heard anything about it. I know he had that one time when they said he was sticking his hands down some girl's pants. That was a while back. And so they trying to hit him for the 10 M's. But she also claims in that interview that, it was really about the money. I wanted an apology and all this other situation. I doubt it, but I'm going to run the clip.
He even goes on to publicly diss her in the lawsuit. But as we all know, ignoring a court summons ain't gonna make it go away. Fast forward to 2016, where's the game? Not in court, that's for sure. Big mistake, huge. See, when you ghost the judge, they don't just reschedule, they drop the hammer, and drop it they did. The game gets hit with a default judgment. What does that mean? It means Rainey wins automatically. The price of the game's absence? A cool $7.13 million. That's right, $7.13 million, $1.13 million for Rainey's pain and suffering, and another $6 million just because the game thought he could ignore the whole thing.
That's the issue I'm having. How you hit the guy with a default judgment? I know the game on the interview, I don't know how truthful he was being, saying that he was at an orthodontist. I don't even know what an orthodontist is. But he claims he was at an orthodontist in emergency surgery.
Well, from what I understand, the reason why that even happened was because you didn't show up to court.
Yeah, I had an orthodontic surgery, like where I couldn't show up. It wasn't a game. It was a real thing. And I was in Century City having an orthodontic surgery, and I just couldn't. It was an emergency surgery. I could not fly.
So is he given a chance to prove that he was at this orthodontist? Why then he cannot appeal that default judgment? It doesn't make sense. And one, where is the game attorney? Did he not take this case seriously? Because I'm pretty much sure they're sending those summons to the attorney too. So they can then hit the attorney and say, hey, tell your client he needs to be in the courtroom at yada yada set time. I'm trying to figure this one out. But if you were at an orthodontist, you have an emergency, why can't you then push the case back? Or didn't the game just take this thing seriously? Because from where I'm sitting, it seems like the game dropped the ball a little bit. But if he can prove, and I don't know if he was able to prove, but if he could prove that he was at an orthodontist having surgery, then why wouldn't they say, okay, cool, it was let's reset the case.
That's what they call punitive damages, folks. A lesson learned the hard way. Now you'd think that after getting hit with a judgment like that, the game might want to change his tune. But nah, this is the game we're talking about. He keeps on denying, keeps on dissing. He even goes on Instagram in 2020, still mocking Rainey and the whole situation. Talk about adding insult to injury. So, Rainey's got the judgment, but getting the money? That's a whole other battle. See, in 2019, rumors started swirling that the game was moving assets around.
Yeah, because he does a Vlad interview saying he broke. He ain't got no money. He ain't got nothing in his name.
Yeah.
I'm broke.
You're broke.
Yeah, I don't have a dime.
Yep.
It's a borrowed shirt.
Yeah.
Borrowed glasses.
All the cars are someone else's.
Wave cap was on a dude at 7-Eleven.
You live at someone else's home.
Yeah, man.
So, you the game. You got hit records. You don't think these people going to start looking? Like I said, I don't think the game was taking this thing seriously. I think once it got to this point in 2019, he probably was like, oh boy, ugh, this case didn't get dismissed. And you ain't got no lawyer with no juice? Like, dog, you in LA, like, what's going on? Like, what are y'all dudes doing?
Word on the street was that he signed over his Calabasas Mansion to his manager, Whack 100. Just a little gift, they said. Rainey's lawyers smelled something fishy. They started digging, and guess what they found? Shell companies. Turns out, the game might have been funneling money through these companies, Fifth Amendment Entertainment and F12 and Associates, to make it look like he was broke. Sneaky. But Rainey and her legal team, they weren't giving up. They took the game back to court, arguing that he was using these companies to hide his wealth and avoid paying what he owed.
My question is, this girl is on a game show. It's like her lawyers are better than the game's lawyers. Like, who does the game has as an attorney?
Ronnie Cochran, sir. I didn't mess up your name. It's okay.
This is what I'm trying to figure out. It's like, I can't grasp what's going on here. Maybe the game just got a shit ton of money and it is what it is. I'm willing to lose whatever it is. I don't know how many houses this guy got, but I'm just not losing a mansion just to lose a mansion. Like, and what is Wack doing at this point? Hold on, man.
This time, the judge saw right through the game's game. They ruled that his company, JTT Holdings, was basically just him in disguise. That meant Rainey could go after his assets directly, and that's when things got real. 2025 rolls around, and remember that Calabasas Mansion, the one the game supposedly gifted to his manager? Well, the court said hold up. They ruled that the house was fair game to settle the debt. And just like that, the game lost his home. Now the crib wasn't cheap, it was valued at over $3 million. But remember that $7 million judgment? Yeah, Rainey still owed a good chunk of change. As of late 2023, she's only collected about $500,000.
This is crazy, man. So, even if he gave up that house, he still owe. So let's say he got slick and said, okay, man, look like this house it look like I'm gonna lose this house. I'm finna go buy another crib. And then once they take this crib, I'll then go lay up in this other crib. Who said they're not gonna come and get that one? Because you're still behind. Your royalties from your music is only giving you $500K. So, and this is a guy with a big record. This is what we do. Whatever that record was huge. So maybe he getting stuck on his publishing too. I'm trying to figure this one out. I really am. Because you're trying to tell me the royalties couldn't have already paid half of this? This has been going on since 2015. Only $500K? Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. I know one thing. I'm never going to California. And to be honest with you, like I started this podcast, this is an unk and pop situation. SAs are running rampant right now. And I'm not talking about Mexicans. These SA allegations are running rampant right now. You had Shannon Sharp the other day. Not only does he have one, he got another one coming down the pipeline. You got Smokey Robinson, old Smokey. From what year? Smokey Robinson is almost 87 years old. What year is this SA allegation coming from? And it's like somebody said, man, you know what? Smoke getting ready to pass, boy. Let me get something before the family start fighting over it. That's my thought on that. You got Byron Scott. Byron Scott right now. SA allegations from 1987. This is why I say all you unks and pops right now, that means you guys were partying in the mid-90s and the early 2000s. And those parties, you was all listening to R. Kelly, Wine on Me. You doing all that Pretty Ricky situation. You doing all type of forbidden dances.
That's the forbidden dance.
These people could wake up one day and say, no. I was inebriated when this was going on. This guy essayed me in 2001 in some club. It's looked like it's getting to this point because people are getting to the point. They're starting to look at their bank account and say, hey, man, ain't no money in here. And I know how to go get it. You got to be a lot more careful. That's my time on this. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, leave a comment. Let me know if you feel like the game is being railroaded. I'm out.